My grandmother used to say, reach for the stars and you might just get the moon. And I took her words literally. I have always dreamed big. When I look at my 2-year-old daughter Angel, it makes me smile because she reminds me so much of how I was. Always singing and dancing. That was me. As a child, I just had this dream of, being the next Debbie Allen. I was forever watching the program Fame. In today's world, I suppose I wanted to be the new Misty Copeland. Classical ballet was my thing. When I was 17, that dream died. They told me when I was on tour that you will never dance again. And it broke my heart. I had spent from the age of 4 to 17 becoming who Kubi thought she would be. And then I needed to work out how to reinvent myself. Before personal branding was this big thing, I was doing it. I remember going to New York at 21 years old, and I remember being there the day before 9/11. When the second tower hit, I saw it. I saw the smoke and I was in the chaos. And I remember the smell. New York is a jungle, and I was this 21-year-old girl just trying to find my way. I was this little English girl trying to navigate, how do I differentiate myself from everybody else? And back then, I didn't even know what the word differentiate was. Now we would call it brand differentiation, but back then, I was just on my grind. I was on my hustle. I was just trying to be a different sound amongst the noise. People often ask me, what's the best part of your journey? What's the best part of doing what you do? And I suppose they're expecting me to say, working with Diddy and having him as my boss, or being head of marketing for Mobo's, or working with Beyonce and L'Oreal, or doing international contracts. And those things are brilliant, but they're not the best part. The best part has been the journey. When they say that success is a journey, not a destination, I get it. I've been there. I know what it's like when you're trying to start something with zero money. I know what it's like when you're trying to convince someone to believe in your dream and nobody's hearing you out. I know what it's like when you are so determined to make it happen that you're willing to go over and above. People used to say to me, Kubi, just go and get a regular job. And I'd be like, I ain't gonna get a regular job. There's nothing regular about me. I know what it's like to make that decision and the ramifications. I've been there when the bailiffs have been knocking at the door, sitting on my step, crying my eyes out because they said they were going to repossess my flat. It hurts to dream big. I know, because I've been there. So now, 20 years later, it has taken literally 20 years to get to a place where I can honestly say I get paid to do what I love. I get to travel and then come home to a beautiful house and be with people who love me. And at nighttime, I can go to sleep and be like, you know what? I did it. I've set up She-Builds brand because I have to. It's my purpose. It's not a job. It's not a website. I feel like I've gone through everything I've gone through so that I can give you everything that I have. I don't want you to have to make the same mistakes I made. I don't want you to feel the pain that I made, because you don't have to. Sometimes I know I'm hard. If you see me in a workshop setting, or if you work with me like my staff, God forbid, I'm hard because I want you to be the best version of you. And I know what it takes to make that happen. So I've opened up my contacts and I work tirelessly with the team to make this site something that is real and something that will give you what you need. I invite you to join us. Why not? Learn from what we're doing, apply it to your business, your dreams, your goal setting, and go get yours. Success is a journey, but the journey doesn't have to be lonely. So let us help you.